So the alphabet workout is pretty simple. We pick a number of exercises, and you can vary these and choose whatever you'd like. But we just assign each exercise to a letter, and I make the kids start by spelling their name, and then I have them spell their full name, and then I have them spell like a sentence. I can have them spell the day of the week. And it's just something that I throw up on the board, and when the kids walk into the gym, they know, all right, that's the workout for today. That's what I'm going to get into. So it's kind of fun. And again, you could decide what exercises you want to assign to what letters of the alphabet. But if you're looking for something really quick, easy, that doesn't require much thought, taking the time to write these exercises down, then you just look at it every once in a while and say, I'm going to spell the day of the week today, or I'm going to spell this sentence today. And if you go through that, it can kind of fill up a workout, because you'll generally hit on average a lot of different exercises, and it takes a couple seconds to do each one, so it adds up. And that's one simple little trick. And when we put together teams of students, it's even more entertaining to watch them kind of so you can race through an exercise or a spelling the fastest. And I don't think there shouldn't be anything on there that's too complicated. If you see something that you're not clear on, let me know. The more challenging ones are the burpees, letter U, and letter H. There's also the plank that's kind of challenging. 30-second plank, not doable right off the bat for everybody, but you get the idea. So the next one to the right is the popsicle stick workout. I'll use this all the time because this is very fun. You just have two cups. You have a workout cup and a done cup, and those are down there in the green there. And so you can set this anywhere. You can set this at your house or on your desk, and you just decide, I'm going to pull out 2 popsicle sticks, 3 popsicle sticks, and you have a little diagram, and they did it in a very nice and artsy way. But just writing down the name of the exercise and some reminder that will trigger in your mind a memory for what that is. It's kind of a fun game to play. And again, I'm continuing to think about the theory of making this fun and easy as other games that we play, and how that might be effective. So, popsicle stick workout. And then on the back, these are much quicker. The simple 1,000 calories. This is something that I'll do personally if I just have 15-20 minutes. You can pretty much get through this simple 1,000 calorie workout in 15 or 20 minutes. It does take a while to get 100 crunches and 50 burpees, but does everyone know what a burpee is?
No.
Okay, it's pretty much the worst exercise ever. The reason why it's so effective is because it gets your entire body moving. So a burpee is you either stand up or jump up. Then you go the whole way down to the ground, and you do a push-up, and then you stand back up, and you jump back up again and do it. So burpees are terrible. No one likes them. But because it gets you moving and gets you the whole way from the floor back up into the air, it's kind of hard to say no to that as an incredible exercise. So burpees are throughout. Let me just go back and make sure. Yeah, so they were in the alphabet workout. I'm sure, yep, burpees are listed in the popsicle workout too. You decide, though, how you want to structure those. If you just want to stand without the jump and then get down and just kind of hold the push-up position, you don't have to do the push-up. Doing the push-up is a little more advanced. But going through something like the 1,000 calories workout before you hop in the shower at night or before you get in the shower in the morning seems to work out pretty well for me. And I'll do that on days when I know I'm not going to have gym time, or I'm not going to have time to go out and walk around, because you can do the 1,000 calorie workout in about 15-20 minutes if you're really going nonstop. And so again, pick 5 or 6 songs and put them on and just kind of go through the music as you're going through the workout. So that's another little tip. The diet challenge is something that I have all the kids do. Before I go really deep into talking to my students about how they eat, how to select foods that are within their budget and healthy, I generally just challenge them to do this, because this 10-day diet challenge here fixes most of the problems that at least my students are dealing with, and I don't have to spend a lot of sit-down time with them getting in-depth talking about how many carbs they're eating, how much fat they're eating, and how much protein they're getting, and how many leafy greens. I can just say, okay, don't eat chips, don't eat potatoes, don't eat ice cream, don't eat fast food, don't eat fried food. Don't eat chocolate, don't eat white bread, no soda or juice, no cakes or donuts, no cookies or candy. And most of my kids cannot do this. Yeah, it's so hard to get through this. But the goal for me, in my mind, is not to get my students to do everything. I just want to see how much they can commit to. And committing to a couple things out of that list is going to be incredibly effective. If you do all of them, if you can manage to do all those things, which even I can't manage to do, certainly you're going to set yourself on a track towards a healthy body, even outside of exercise. But if I can get one of my students or someone that I work with to get 7 of those things taken away, it's incredibly effective. So I put that on there. Again, I'm not saying that you need to do everything on this sheet. I'm just trying to put out there a couple interesting challenges that could make things, that could change things up for you. The morning workout, again, people call it the morning workout. It's no different than anything else. It's just a slightly shorter variation, something you can do really quick. And there seems to be a lot of research around the effect of getting up early and getting moving right away. So having water and then just getting moving first thing in the morning. So some people don't have time to get out and walk around, or they don't have the space to do it. But you could do the jumping jacks, the squats, the calf raises. Side reaches are just reaching across your body this way, so it's just getting your torso rotated. It's a simple way to get moving first thing in the morning.
What are calf raises?
Calf raises would just be you balance yourself on something and just raise up on your toes. And it generally, a good calf raise workout would be to do 50 calf raises on both feet, and then 25 on one foot and 25 on the other. But here it's just a quick 10. It pretty much just pushes blood back up your legs. Yeah, jumping jacks and squats are good too. The hip dip workout, this is one where we do have a number of young ladies coming into our program now, and when they come in, they generally come in and just immediately they have something in mind, like I want to trim this area. And so I had some of our female coaches put together something really quick called the hip dip workout that is really just to tighten up the area around the hips. And they're mostly just laying on your side, doing leg raises, doing lunges. I have never understood or gotten a name for the exercise where you're on all fours and then you just lift an alternate leg and an alternate arm. And that's the third exercise down there. So I don't know what that exercise is called. All I know is that it hurts really badly. It's hard to balance because you're balancing on one arm and one knee as you lift the others. And then of course, the last exercise there we call prisoner squats. So you just have your hands behind your head, just doing body weight squats. These numbers don't mean anything until you get through and actually go through it. It burns pretty badly on each leg after you're laying on your side and doing the sideways leg lifts. That really burns the outer part of your hip. The living room workout, that's classic. I don't even need to go over it. It's just things that you would do in a space quickly. It's very similar to the morning workout and the simple 1,000 calories. But for some reason, when I call it the living room workout, it gets some of my students more willing to try it out because they feel like, oh, this is a living room workout. It must be something that's easy enough for me to do in my house. So I threw that in there. And then, of course, everyone wants a very quick ab thing. Everyone wants the 5-minute ab workout. So had to include that there. It's very effective. We do it all the time. And after you do it a couple times, it's just ridiculously easy to memorize. So the only thing I wanted to talk about on that, the Russian twists, people have a ton of different names for this. You're really just balancing on your butt, and you can lift your feet up, and you're just touching either side of the floor. So people do that with a medicine ball, and that just increases the intensity. But that's what Russian twists are. Leg lifts, again, leg lifts could refer to 10 different exercises. But when I think of leg lifts, I think about lying on my back and just lifting my heels off the ground by 6 inches. And the idea is just to focus on the lower part of your abs. Where a crunch might get the upper part of your abs, leg lifts will target the lower part of your abs. Bicycle crunches are, again, easy. You're laying on your back and you're taking opposite knee to opposite elbow. And obviously right side and left side crunches, you're still in that crunch position, you're just moving up to the right. And then you're moving up to the left. And I do those, it says right here to do 20 right side crunches and 20 left side crunches. I just do them alternating. You know, I do one to the right, one to the left. So, okay, so anyway, those are the things that I've had success with, giving people quick and easy workouts that are more or less like games. How often can you do these? When can you fit them in? And what kind of results do you get out of them? When you do start to see results, just like everything else, it kind of becomes addicting. So that's what these are the beginning simple things that I use to get my kids involved. I thought that this would be something nice as a handout. The first week that I came in, I kind of talked about exercises in the workplace. And last time I came in, I talked about how to structure your workouts. This time I thought, let's approach it a little differently, and I'll just put some workouts on paper as a takeaway and hopefully trigger things that would decrease the barrier between getting a workout in when you have just a couple minutes every day. Also, full disclosure, if you go online, you can find 20,000 of these. Every fitness person on the internet has a workout that they swear by, that they put up on their social media, that they put up online, and it's the quick workout. The other thing that folks talk about a lot, and I didn't want to include it here, is there's an indescribable amount of 30-day workouts. Because apparently if you do something for 30 days, it becomes a habit. So there are 30-day workouts that you can pick up offline that have it broken down day by day for you. These are the things you're going to do. These are when you rest. This is what you're going to eat. It would have been too much for a handout today, and I also think that just kind of casts a very broad net. Most 30-day workouts, you get a couple days into it, it's like, okay, this is not for me. These are much more accessible. You can try them out. You don't have to worry about. When you start a 30-day workout, and if you can't get the whole way through it, you have that feeling of, oh, geez, I didn't make it through this. Now I feel like I've failed this. There's no way to fail out of these. These are just as you can kind of workouts. So anyway, okay. Any questions about the exercises that were on this before I go on to my next? Okay. Cool. Good. I hope this is useful. I mean, it has been for a lot of folks, and I hope it can be. It's just kind of nice to see things on one sheet, front and back. My favorite out of all would then be the alphabet workout, because I can change it up anytime. I can add exercises. So, okay. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, the other two things, relating to fitness, is that last time I was here, I talked about a new gym that was opening up in downtown Lancaster. So that plan has moved forward pretty substantially, and now there is going to be a new fitness center, hopefully heading into the Southern Market Center building down there, just down Queen Street. So we've put together the whole proposal, and if the city's going to take a look at it, we'll see if we get the final bid. But if it goes in there, we're going to have a gym right down the street, hopefully serving this side of town. Not exclusively, but it'll be really interesting to see if we can get the community engaged in it. I know that all of you work with the community just like I do, and half the people I speak to say it's going to be a hit if you price it right for $10 to $20 a month. And this is not my idea, but I'm involved in it. So we'll see if it draws in people. It'll be like $10 to $20 a month, and there'll be group exercise classes. And our thing is, this is all fun, but what seems to be the trend now is group exercise, like special group exercise classes. So having someone like me come in and do a kickboxing workout, a boxing workout, a spin workout, those are the kind of opportunities that we're offering that we're going to offer down at this new gym. So I don't know. I wanted to pitch that out there and kind of hear. Last time I took the surveys that I gave out and I took them all back, and I spoke with the team about it, and we kind of adjusted some of our thinking, because we know that fitness is not going to be the number one thing to improve the lives of Lancaster, city residents, but being healthy has to be some component of that. So we've actually spoken about CAP, about having some of their navigators down there in the building. So it'll be pretty neat. But if there's a gym facility there, the big question is, will people go, and what will make them go? And most importantly, how do we advertise? This is the big catch. let's say a beautiful gym facility pops up there. It's not a chain gym. How do we advertise it to our community so that they feel welcome there? And that's what none of us have been able to figure out. Because who doesn't think about that suspiciously? Like, what do you mean it's a community-focused gym? What do you mean it's $10 and there's group exercise? And that's where we've kind of been held up, and the city has posed that as a question too. Like, if a Planet Fitness comes in, then everyone gets it. It's Planet Fitness. For $10 a month, I go in, and it's a no-judgment zone, whatever that means to you. But if Lancaster, if we develop a space down there that is the same environment, we're not going to pitch it as Planet Fitness. We're going to have to find a way to get out into the community and say, this is available to you. If you'd like to use it, it's here. If not, it's okay. But there's going to be nothing closer. And then there is a new Anytime Fitness. I don't know if anyone knows about that. It's a 24-hour gym. It's just up the street on Prince Street. So that's coming in December. So I don't know. I think fitness will become a little more out there, but I'm hoping that people in our line of work will encourage folks to go down there and use the services that are not just fitness related, but the building itself, Southern Market, has to have some kind of fitness component there, and LGH is going to have a little urgent care there too. So it'll be pretty cool. But this kind of thing that I'm doing here today, I'll be doing all the time down there for groups throughout the day, and hopefully engaging people that way. But keep your eyes peeled for that. And the last thing, and I have to ask this, I have to talk about it, is I need suggestions and tips for how to engage more young women in our program. And I know that not everyone knows our program very well, but we do have 2 gym facilities and we have female coaches, and we cannot figure out how to get young ladies in there, into the gym. Even if we have a gym space dedicated specifically to young ladies, which we're working on, that's a whole other challenge. It's just making them feel comfortable in the gym. So I wanted to ask, out of everyone here who exercises or who goes to gyms, what is it about the gym that would make you feel uncomfortable or would not make you feel uncomfortable? Like when you walk into a gym, what are some of the triggers that you're like, I do feel welcome here, or I do not feel welcome here?
And a lot of times, male presence is intimidating.
Yeah.
And then not knowing how to use the machines properly is intimidating. And then friendly people that are working there makes it helpful.
Yeah. We would have to. I don't want young ladies to walk in and just immediately see a bunch of dudes and they're like, nah, not the place for me.
Yeah.
It's so hard to.
Yeah, that's very intimidating for women not wanting to work.
I think having like women present and using the machines will make a different impact than an empty space that's designated just for women. Like if there are, did you say there are female staff there?
Yep.
So maybe use them and just make it seem like they're active and using the space. I don't know more about like how to answer your question specifically, but as far as other barriers, it could. I know a lot of the women have children, and oftentimes that role is left on the females as opposed to the males. So I think that can be a barrier to getting to the gym. I think maybe like dancing or as far as like classes, dance classes or self-defense classes might bring them in.
Good. I'm happy to hear you said. We do the only time that we get young ladies in our gym is on Wednesday nights. We do a self-defense class. Very popular. They come in exclusively from 6 to 7:30, get the class in, and head out. So here's something else that's really interesting. Does everyone know the Lancaster Early Education Center on Queen? They do. It's a pretty serious facility, like childcare. They've agreed in the Southern Market Center where the gym is to open and run a children's play facility. So it'll be really cool. So it's really a replication of Going Bananas out there on whatever that road is, downtown, so that people can come. So they've been very careful not to make it a daycare because we want to avoid all of the regulations with daycares. but having a space to come and feel comfortable letting your kids go and play because they're structured and they're not going to hurt themselves. At the same time, they're getting to try athletics out in a comfortable and safe way. That frees you up to come and work out. So I'm glad to hear you say that, because those are some of the things that we're trying to overcome. So, okay, there's one other exercise that I wanted us to do, and I thought this would be helpful for everybody, because I had to ask my questions, but I wanted to come back to this is valuable for you. So I brought my whiteboard so that I can go over with all of you. We're just going to go over I wanted to go over two separate types of exercises: cardio exercises and strength exercises. We'll shout out different exercises, we'll put them up on the list, and then I'll add in where I think there's other valuable exercises, and we'll clarify any that you're not clear on already. So I'll just put cardio on this side and strength on this side. Sometimes I get flack for doing cardio and strength without flexibility. Does anyone do yoga? Is anyone interested in yoga? Okay. Because that should be like another, flexibility should be another one. I don't always include it. We do yoga on Thursday nights, full disclosure. I'm very fond of yoga. It's just that outside of flexibility, or outside of yoga, not a lot of folks participate in flexibility. So I'll save that, but we'll do cardio and strength. So who wants to start with some cardio exercises that they do or that they know of or that are effective cardio workouts? Low-hanging fruit would be running. Okay. So running, I don't need to explain that to anybody. What else? Jumping jacks. So far, I don't need to explain any of these today. What other cardio exercises? Swimming. Where can you go swimming in Lancaster besides the YMCA? Yeah, me neither. Big problem. Big problem. Good point then. Walking. Cycling. Does anyone run stairs? I'm going to put that as my added. Here's a good question. Where can you go to do, where can you go to do a stair workout in Lancaster City? Just hit the stairs. Only place I can think of.
Beside your house?
Beside your house, yep, beside your house. Only place I can think of is F&M. The track there, yep. That, it's not a super tall stadium. Well, their new one is, they're building a new one. But I've found that stair workouts are a wonderful way to get a hard workout in pretty quick. If you don't feel like hitting the track, going over and simply climbing the stairs up and down is a wonderful workout. And with F&M, or with any stadium, the stadiums are long, so you can jog the stairs up one side, walk across, jog down, walk over, jog back up, walk over, jog down, and then do one loop of the track, and then hit the stairs again. So 3 rounds of that is a really, really, really good workout. And it includes some running. The up and down motion is similar to what you would do on the bicycle, and you don't have to worry about riding or running in traffic because there's going to be no one on the track. So, what do you think? Stairs, cycling, walking, swimming, jumping jacks, dancing, running. Does anyone here currently do group exercise classes? You get a free pass on that. Like a Zumba class. Like a Zumba class. Zumba is pretty great. Okay. Are we missing any other cardio exercises? Another great question. Where can you go for a boxing class in Lancaster? It's big. It's a big issue because so many of us enjoy boxing and find it therapeutic. But there are a few gyms, and even benchmark programs this way. We can only host a self-defense boxing class on Wednesday nights because that's the only time I can find an instructor to do it. And that instructor wants to volunteer and he wants to serve teenagers. want to open it up to a class. And the other instructors are already at other gyms. So hopefully we can find a way to make boxing more accessible, because it's such a good workout and it's so fun, and it's different every time. And it doesn't have to include actually fighting either. So, okay, so let's talk about strength exercises. What are some strength exercises that you do currently or that you know of? And we'll go a little bit deeper than the broad category of weightlifting. It's like if you went to put together, this is the better way to phrase it. If I challenge you today to put together a strength workout for me or for yourself, and to show me what exercises would you include on your strength workout, because I know now what exercises you would include in your cardio workout. And aside from speaking a little bit more about hitting the stairs in a circuit, there's pretty much everything self-explanatory. But how about strength? So what would be some exercises that you would do if you wanted to focus on strength specifically? That's good. Yoga? Yoga makes me sweat and makes my muscles strong. How about I talk about squats every time I come in, because they are one of the best. Squats and burpees. Okay, this is good, because this is where I can add in. How about, has anyone heard of people say, I'm doing complexes today? A complex is a fancy gym lingo for combining multiple exercises into one. So you go to the gym, you don't want to stand and just do the curls, so you do a curl and a press. Or you hold a dumbbell and you do a squat and a press. Those are complexes. And that's the way that I would hope that you would start to think about your strength-based exercises. Taking so many of these little workouts, which all of these include strength. None of them include dumbbells. But taking a lot of these little exercises and complexing them into one or two exercises. So when you go to the gym, you're going to do a squat, and at the bottom of the squat, you're going to do a push-up. You're going to come back up and do a squat, and then go back down into a push-up. That's a complex. So thinking about complexes, you could do squats, you could do deadlifting. Does anyone feel comfortable to do that in the gym? It's completely hogged by the men, right? Yeah. Breaking down the deadlift platform for women to use is a passion of mine. So we have a deadlift platform in our center, and the women in our gym always have first priority on it. And deadlift is something that is probably the simplest exercise with the most reward if you can get the form right. So deadlift is a strength-based exercise. Curls, using the tricep on the rope, doing that thing with your triceps. But all of these strength-based things are made much more exciting by complexing them together. So, any other strength-based exercises? Push-ups, yoga, squats, deadlift, complexes, curls, triceps. Okay, cool. So, any other, before, I mean, really that was the extent of my lunch and learn today. But before I end it, I just wanted to ask if anyone has any questions or workout related, strength and cardio based workout questions that I could answer, because I'm supposed to be here as a resource. We also have both of our gyms open again to CAP employees. I don't know if anyone's been over to the gym at the CBW building, but we're redoing all the equipment. We got a sweet deal, so I'm taking all of that stuff out and putting in a brand new set of cardio equipment and stuff. So it'll be much less weight equipment over there and much more cardio equipment. A problem at all, I I think more cardio equipment is more useful. But there's a ton of strength equipment over there, and it's just not. Today, when we talk about cardio and strength, clearly cardio is more in mind, so that's what we want to match up when we have services. But if anyone's interested in personal training, we have 3 CAP employees right now who are currently coming to our gym to work out with me and some of our student trainers. And we have one young lady named Lauren who's really progressed with her personal training, so she's actually doing all the training. I'm there to coach her, but if you come to our gym, I'll probably pair you. If you come to Ethan, check it out. I won't make you do a workout, but if you come to work out with us, Lauren will be available to you, and she's pretty spot on as a trainer, and there's some area for improvement, but I'm working with her on that stuff, and that's a resource that I want to make sure you're aware of as well. Hopefully this stuff today, this little sheet, will give you stuff to do on your own and at home. But if you do want to come to the gym and work out with us, or if you'd like to contribute to what we're doing and by just being there, by just being a female presence in the gym, we'd love to have you. Because guaranteed, it happened last week, it will happen this week. New group of young ladies will hear about our program, or the probation officer will send them over. They'll walk in the door. I'll see them walk in the door, but by the time I go over to them, the door's closed in their path, because it's still a male-dominated space. So just having women in there working out, thriving in the space, making it a more vibrant and energetic space would go very far. So consider that an open invitation. And if I can help you structure your cardio and strength-based workouts at all, then that's what I'm here to do. So
Where's this again?
there's one up on. First of all, I should have put it on here. But there's one gym at the CBW building, and it's in the basement. And it's open, it's really open anytime, because if you can get, it's open during the workday, and you can stay after too. But if you go into the front door there at CBW, it's just down in the basement, and they can give you the key. And the other gym, the one where I am most of the time, is at East Liberty Street, 341 East Liberty Street. It's way up on the northeast side of town. Do you know where Plum Street is? Mm-hmm. It's where Plum Street meets East Liberty Street, and it's a small. Yeah, over by the Asian market. So if you're going down that street, the Asian market's on your right, and there's a beer market on the left, and there's a big parking lot. That's our parking lot. And the door is at the very front of that building. It's right on the sidewalk. And there's a little sign with the BMP on it. So, yeah, and it's open from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night. So if you're looking for, actually, if all of you work out, when do you work out? Do you do before work, after work, lunchtime? After, yeah. That's what I do too. So our gym's open from 5 to 8, and for CAP employees, there's no membership. There's no membership fee. There's membership, and it doesn't cost anything for personal training. So just come by. I'll be there. If it's something that you want to work with me on, or if it's something you feel comfortable working with one of our student trainers on, I'll pair you up. It's a gym a little bit bigger than this, and there's generally 15, 20 people a night. So it's a really fun environment. And it's a good way to get involved in exercise without having to go to Planet Fitness or having to go to Gold's Gym, all that stuff.